Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Shannon here with Back to the Cardboard, and man, I am so glad you joined me. A few weeks ago, I did a video on the 1968 Topps game set, insert set, that I had found hidden away in my collection that I forgot I had, and man, I was so thrilled that I had found that set. Well, along those same lines, I found another card that really inspired me to do this video. And it is going to be on the 1967 Topps player cards that I have in my set. There's just a handful. I've got several, but today I'm going to share with you 4 or 5 cards that really is the showcase of my 67 collection. So let's flip the camera around and look at these 4 or 5 cards. So the first card I want to share with you all is this right here. The Art Shamsky, or the Smasher, or better known as just plain Sham. And coincidentally, that's what they call me around the fire department, mainly because my tailboard on my jacket spells out Sham. But anyway, in 65, he came up with the Reds as a 23-year-old rookie. And it didn't take him long to kind of really make his name around the clubhouse, because in 66, he really made some history when he homered in 4 consecutive at-bats, tying some pretty big names, really. The biggest of them was Lou Gehrig, who done it, and then Bobby Lowe. And then more recently, you had guys like Jose Altuve, Giancarlo Stanton, and then last year, Will Smith on the Dodgers even did it. He was also the first player in Reds history to homer in 2 consecutive at-bats in extra innings, and the only player in Major League Baseball history to hit 3 home runs in extra innings in the same game. And the only player to ever hit 3 home runs in extra innings who wasn't in the starting lineup. So he holds 2 distinct records there through the MLB. But that's the 67 Art Shamsky. The Shaminator. Shamalama Ding Dong. Smasher. The next card I want to share with you all is the 67 Topps RBI Leaders. Pretty cool looking card, man. Look at the greats on this. Aaron, Clemente, and Allen. You can see here. 127 National League RBI leader for Aaron, 119 for Clemente, 110 for Allen. And speaking of Rich Allen, this man has never taken a bad photograph for a baseball card. I've never seen one anyway. Mr. Dick Allen. Really the first Negro player in the Philadelphia professional system. See the back here. Really one of the first Negro players to play for Philadelphia in their system anyway. And because of his presence on the Phillies, being a superstar in the 60s, the media and some fans blamed him for the team struggles. They used him as a scapegoat, which created a hostile environment for Allen, full of racism, death threats, and basically constant harassment with boos and the like. And really, it forced him to contemplate quitting baseball several different times. What's interesting about him, and I didn't know him really per se, but after studying and looking at his career, I didn't know, but despite all his hatred towards him, seems like sometimes, despite all the bad times, he had basically fostered a singing career in the 60s with his group, Rich Allen and the Ebonistics. He was elected to the Hall of Fame this year, 2025. And then he passed away in 2020 from cancer. Always a big smoker. But kind of a great career, but a sad career too, from all the racism and then hate that he had received throughout most of it. But that is Rich Allen. And then the next card I want to share with you all is the 67 Hank Aaron. This was an all-star year for him. And he also led the National League in home runs that year with 39. And coincidentally, hit his only inside the park home run that year of his career ever. It's a sweet looking card. The crease here in the top. Man, I love it. Sweet looking Hank Aaron. Next card I got is the Bob Clemente, Roberto Clemente. This is following his 67 MVP season. That year in the National League, he won the batting title, hitting .357. That's ridiculous. Had 209 hits. Talk about a man who faced adversity some of his life. Mr. Clemente, stay. And then last but not least, this is a banger card. One of my, if not the favorite, that's going to fall. Stand by. Not my favorite card of my 67 collection. And that is this right here. The Mixter, Mickey Mantle. This is, of course, winding down. You can see the eBay authentication thing. But winding down Mantle's career. He played, I think, one more year after this. 17 seasons with the Yankees. And this year, 67, the Yankees are trying to prolong, get some more years out of his career, moved him to first base. Of course, it's like I said, towards the end of his baseball career. That year he batted .245, only had 22 home runs, 65 RBIs. Of course, Mick threw a big, at the end of his life, had a liver transplant. Of course, he was always big drinker, which caused him to have cirrhosis of the liver, end up having a transplant, and end up passing away because of that in 1995. And at Mantle's funeral, a lot of guys came up and spoke about him. But Bob Costas, I think, said it the best. He said he was a fragile hero to whom we had an emotional attachment so strong and lasting that it defied logic. In the last year of his life, Mickey Mantle, also so hard on himself, finally came to accept and appreciate the distinction between a role model and a hero. The first, he often was not. The second, he always will be. And in the end, people got it.
And my dreams still echo your name.